The urges are calling on you again, aren't they? I haven't seen you sleep. I knew you had some nasty habits, but I didn't want to pry over much, but bloody hells. A Pulseborn. Probably more Baldurian parents scare their children with stories of your kind than mine. I thought your kind was extinct. Goes to show. You should always check your facts. So, how are you feeling? Keen to reconnect with your family? Or ready to throw yourself in an oubliette? You know, I gave up on myself. Mal controls you. I don't know how you could beat him. The half-life of a mind-addled slave is worse than death. Don't become his. We both know what it is capable of, but I'm not touching it. Good. If we master the temples, it will be... I'm not...
A devil will come for her due. Mizora is no different. Whatever it is she comes to offer, whatever choice Will makes, Voss has done. We must find out when we next enter the... This is the key Voss. That smug skaketh of a devil stores it at his... We must find a way into the House of Hope and retrieve the hammer. When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use it to smash Prince Orpheus out of his prison. Mother Gith, hear my... The Prince of the Comet will crush the Lich Queen Vlak... What about him? The historical slates describe Orpheus so mad with power, he'd smash through the Githyanki and glowing with such psionic force that he and his red lies, of course. Vlakith spread a false... She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. So great is the comet, it very well. I'm not surprised. One day, perhaps soon, Baal will... I know how I choose.
Well met.
Will ought to know what happened with Mizora. I suppose... From what little I can recall hearing of Baal's mortal children, not all succumbed to his influence. Perhaps you can... Very serious of you. Well, don't...
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword?
Keeping very well, I hope? Look after 100 years. She's a formidable... We'll both of us stand by you when the time comes to put down the horror that threatens this city.
It's certainly good to be back at camp. How I've missed the smells. Indeed. And
Thy will, dost thou require a new ally? The girl she hast thou other...
Whatever business Will has with Mizora, it will cost him dearly. Or a Baal? I know what it is to have a closer connection than most with the gods. But with Baal, that's not a bond I'd like to be bound with. You should be careful. Very, very careful.
What fun I would have if I could play with Will, as Mizora does. I am not on edge. Orin could be anywhere.
Despite her protestations to the contrary, it is clear that Minthara is afraid.
Her father. She has the scent of our blood. We need to watch over each other. Now, more than ever. I do not want a devil to hold. I say we put the devil from our minds and trust in ourselves. If anyone should have the power of the crown, it should. He is rather fond of himself. If he truly intends to be the savior of Baldur's Gate, even if I personally face down the army of the Absolute, no matter what I do, the people of Baldur's Gate will always see me as an enemy. I do not want to be... When we have all 3 Netherstones and control the Elder Brain, tell me or show me. My mind is open to you.
Exposed to the... She absorbs every detail.
Elgor, Doktak, Slayer. There are many names for you. I know. We must find the Temple of Baal, slaughter Orin, and claim your inheritance.
Mizora schemes with Will's very freedom. I have. He speaks to me during my night. He is well. And Oliver also. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return. You are a mortal child of Baal. Be careful with whom you share that fact.
I brought my...
But please.
Wanna dance?
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Come! No tomb, sit in Beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice. Adjudicators of diabolical
Holy hells.
Fina.
Enough!
Sister. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound a life. Will Ravengard. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your Option 2. I break. Name you bloody Zariel. I won't let... Silent!
Mizora! You asshole!
Choose. Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat ita. Fiat ita. Anima ad beator. think you had it in you. Seems my boys... Oh, and don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
But look, we've just about made it to the city. That'll do me. With this heat going... Anyway, it could be worse. I'm exact...
I did not know Duke. I am sure Will knows that. But we would do well to remind him. When he's... Hope. But if Mizora means to linger with us, I mean to find out if devils do indeed sleep.
Will gave up his father, especially if the old Duke's fall.
God, I spent 7 years choked and never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I have to believe that. I'm not, but freedom will be paid.
A moment passed.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely. I signed his life away before that. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtained the final 2 nether stones.
Well met.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets. Impossible. My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved Duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers was not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes? Why? I tell you what. When the time comes to squish that big baddie of... I'd have thought you'd fix the dead. Save her. My mistress can be so... No one crosses the Hell's Children without the 9 hell... I call the first hell my home. Avernus. My mistress Zariel's... How? The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Correct. If you must know, I woke in that... But a brave, kind, benevolent...
Will sacrificed his own father. I hope freedom from the Pact is...
We must... Time and... It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit...
Patricide is often the first step toward greatness.
Will sacrificed his own father. A hard choice, but not one that is unknown in nature.
How did you? It's rebelling against Orin. I suspected that when we took Keth. I do not know what happened.
You feel the Emperor's...
Beautiful. Come, your company isn't unwelcome. Trying to guard. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of Duke Stelmane. You thought far from it, though my relationship with Berlin was different. In a way, in life, Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I concede the plot. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this, I appreciate what I feel. Most people think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel. Another quake.
That potion did not go down well.
I do not understand why the matrons, sorry, patriarchs of the city do not open their gates to the refugees. I was not suggesting they be allowed to roam free. They should be put to work. I am suggesting they be fed and sheltered. Perhaps you think it would be better for them to starve or be...
No time to dally. Dum vite in specie.
What's cooking?
Sharp as ever. Still alive, so that's progress.
Matters are for amateurs. That's what I was taught in the grotto. Do you know how badly those things can go wrong?
I'd rather not think of it, Shadowheart.
You could strangle them by accident, use too much rope and break off their legs. And if it goes really badly, you could wrench their heads right off.
What a picture you paint. Quite detailed, quite colourful, quite unnecessary.
You see an altar dedicated Helm the Watcher. Your knowledge of religion tells you nothing more about the worship of Helm.
Sharp as ever.
You see an altar dedicated Helm. Your knowledge of religion tells you nothing. You see an altar Helm. Make your donation to him, and you'll likely feel more vigilant, more resilient to the unexpected. You see an altar dedicated to Tyr the blind. His unseeing eyes are a testament to the lawful life he lived.
Seluna.
You feel the chill gaze of the moon maid. An inscription reads, "Trust in the purity." As a moon-bathed cleric, this is your moment to bask in her. You see an altar dedicated to Mystra, mother of all magic, as the patron of wizards, and often called. Even though you do not follow her, you feel her power resonating from the.
No one's stopped me yet.
You see an altar dedicated to Helm the Vigilant. The amount you've offered proves your faith, and show reverence before your day. You are blessed by Helm's fierce vigilance, and
Soldier.
you see an altar dedicated to Tyr. The amount you've offered proves your show. Tyr blesses you with the judgment.
I wonder what the next move is.
You feel the chill gaze of the Moon Maiden upon you. Seluna welcomes you. The amount you've offered proves your faith and devotion. You may now pray here once a day for a divine blessing. Show the cold white light of Seluna. You see an altar dedicated to Mystra. The amount you've offered proves your show. The mistress of magic blesses you.
Your patron, you have come far, I perceive. I am Vicar Humbletoes. I am also granted the power to provide holy resurrection through sales of revivification scrolls.
A hero at heart.
Welcome. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day?
Get on with it.
At least things have stayed interesting. That's a friendly-looking shadow. Best get in and out. What to choose? Surely no one will notice. Using a 5-finger discount. Interesting selection. Nice. What do we have here? I can take what I please. No time to rest. Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
This'll be fun. I wouldn't mind doing a little shopping in the city.
Same. I think I may have overdone it with the black and purple for, well, my entire life. Your look serves you well, though.
I'm 10 years behind. Don't want the youth to think I'm not, you know, up with the times.
We give thanks. We know you will drive back the army of the Absolute and raise our city to its pinnacle. We stand with you and for you. Our lives are yours, and our enemies are forfeit. You shall bring us, true children of the gate, into the light.
Light bringer Gortash!
Crush our enemies with our mercy!
Looking ahead. Never a dull moment.
All I needed.
Broadsheet's rather dull today. Don't suppose you've learned anything. A long way to go still.
Sharp as ever.
We stand.
Hey ho.
My faith will guide me. As was you you see
Shall bring us
Into the light. And the Gazette have been drier than the Amarok recently.
crush our enemy without mercy.
do such a good job running the Gazette.
I've got a long road ahead.
It's hard to tell if I'm
I'd
reading
love
the
to,
Balder's
thanks.
Mouth or Gordash's diary.
The pride of the gate.
Oh, I'm ready. Whatever it takes. The broadsheet isn't that bad.
I don't know, Caitlin. I've read the Mouth for years. This is the closest to a rag it's ever been.
Submit, Lord daughter. Submission is salvation. Only Lord daughter.
In today's broadsheet.
World ending
Not slaves.
as the Absolute's forces
Straight from the
stalk ever.
Balder's Mouth.
Take solace.
What about Estra's
No!
She always
We
has
will
something
be
juicy
protected.
in the Gazette.
I know that those who oppose Lord God shall burn in the all-consuming rage of the one true light.
Not at all.
Hail, Lord Godhead!
Death to the Absolute!
Broadsheet's rather dull today. This was revealing everything. Juicy.
Don't tell our writers that. Those are big enough to do. Afraid not. Both the Gossip and the Gazette have been drier than the Amarok recently.
Once Gortash appears off the coast.
It's a shame. Etvard used to do such a good job running the Gazette.
But these days, it's hard to tell if I'm reading the Balder's Mouth or Gortash's diary.
Oh, come now, Cass. The broadsheet isn't that bad.
I've read the Mouth for years. This is the closest to a rag Lightning and Gortash will show us the way!
And what will happen to those who oppose us?
We'll not find any fear-mongering here.
They'll be burned by the one true light! Mine!
Not unless you want to tell Lord
Can't give up now.
Straight from the Balder's Mouth.